Got a quick little video today to show you my basic process of cleaning up resin casts. We're going to be starting with this little raptor that's straight out of the mold. I'm going to be using 2 different X-Acto knives, as well as a few grades of sandpaper, along with some water and a toothbrush to get these cleaned up. And I begin by scraping along the seam line with my X-Acto knife, removing the resin so that it's evened out on either side of the seam. In more stubborn areas, I need to actually cut away little bits of resin. Just kind of keep brushing everything off with my toothbrush as I go along so I can see what I'm doing. And remembering to always cut away from myself, as this blade is very sharp. And you always want to use a nice brand new sharp blade when cleaning up seam lines. Makes things a lot easier. Now these little fingers needed a lot of cleanup work, so you'll see me working around them a lot. Because of the excess resin around the claws, I do kind of have to resculpt a little bit, and you need to do that sometimes when you had vents or sprues that cause misshaping of the resin. Sometimes you just have to resculpt that little area. And just going back to sand all of that down. Where I'm cleaning up areas on curved parts of the body, like the neck here, using the curved X-Acto blade is a good choice for that. It's not as harsh as the regular blade and preserves the curvature of the surface that you're cleaning up. Once I'm done cleaning up the seam line, I'm going to use some UV resin to fill in any air bubbles they encountered along the way. So I just squeeze a little bit into the air bubble, break up any air pockets in it with a little tool, and then I can cure it in place with my UV flashlight. It only takes about 30 seconds. This is a really great alternative to using epoxy sculpt or epoxy glue, which takes a long time to cure. Now once it's cured, I can just use my sandpaper to take off the shine and blend it into the rest of the resin. And I'm just giving a final polish here with my toothbrush so I can get a good look at the final surface. Now if I was just gonna paint over everything here, I could stop with the cleanup, but since I want some of the surface to show through, I want to clean up some of the sanding lines with some plastic polish. So I just brush on a small amount over the area that I want to clean up. Then just use a rag to give it a nice polish. You can also use a Dremel polishing tool or a polishing wheel to get it extra shiny, but for what I'm doing here, just a cloth is fine. And here's a look at the finished painted figure. I'll paint it up to look like a little songbird, and I did create a whole series of these little songbird velociraptors. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you got anything out of it, I would appreciate a thumbs up. And if you are interested in molding, casting, and sculpting, please do consider subscribing to my channel. It really helps me out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.